Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Golden Bachelorette stars Joan and Chock gave an update we didn't see coming ahead of the new Golden Bachelor season. Now that the new season of the Golden Bachelor has begun, it's officially season lead Mel Owen's time in the sun. However, that doesn't mean we're not still keeping tabs on old favorites Joan Vassos and Chock Chapel. The couple, who got engaged at the end of Joan's season of the Golden Bachelorette last year, dropped an update about their relationship shortly before Owen's season began, and it's not what we were expecting to hear. Don't worry, Joan and Chock are still together, but Bachelor Nation's only remaining golden couple did reveal that not only do they still not have wedding plans in place, they likely won't televise their nuptials. People say, "Will you get married on TV?" Joan explained during a September 17 episode of the Tangle podcast with Kyle Ridley. "It hasn't been offered to us." Joan clarified that she and her fiancé have been offered many amazing things since they got engaged during the July 2024 finale of the Golden Bachelorette, but she said they haven't been given the opportunity to televise their wedding. "I'm perfectly happy doing our own thing with our family and friends," she assured, but added that her relationship with Bachelor Nation fans is paramount, so she'd never keep her wedding a secret. "I would never not put some pictures up and let you know it's happening. I'm so grateful that people watched the show," she continued. "The people that watched, I feel really kind of responsible to. They are watching what we are doing and I would never leave them at the door." Many fans of the show expect to see Joan and Chock get married on TV after first season of The Golden Bachelor ended with a televised wedding. The season lead, Gary Turner, married winner Teresa Nist in January 2024 before filing for divorce 3 months later. Joan and Chock have, so far, outlasted Gary and Teresa, so fans are likely itching for another golden wedding. "They deserve to see how this progresses, and if it does well, celebrate with us," Joan explained. "For them to find out that we got married and not know that, I don't think it's fair. I feel like they have invested in us." When Joan Vassos first walked into the world of the Golden Bachelor, fans were captivated by her calm presence, her soft but firm voice, and her ability to make everyone around her feel seen. Chock Sanders, on the other hand, entered the spotlight with a blend of humor and wisdom, reminding everyone that age doesn't dim charisma, it sharpens it. Together, Joan and Chock became household names, representing the magic that the Golden Bachelorette promised: second chances, late-life love stories, and the courage to step into vulnerability again. But just when viewers thought their stories had settled, Joan and Chock have surprised everyone with an update no one saw coming, and it arrives just in time for the highly anticipated new season of The Golden Bachelor. A refreshing duo that changed the game. Joan wasn't just a star, she was a symbol of resilience. Having faced heartbreak in her past, she embodied the truth that love after loss is not only possible but transformative. Fans admired her poise, her intelligence, and her refusal to settle for anything less than authentic connection. Chock, meanwhile, became the charming counterbalance, the man who could crack a joke in the heaviest of moments, but also hold his ground in serious discussions. The dynamic between them was never about perfect harmony but about honest companionship. They disagreed, they challenged each other, and they grew both as individuals and as a pair. When the Golden Bachelorette wrapped, many assumed their story would quietly fade into post-show life. Yet the cameras and fan fascination never truly left them. The update no one expected. In an Instagram live that drew in thousands of fans last weekend, Joan and Chock appeared side by side, grinning like teenagers who had just discovered their first crushes. The announcement they are not just still together, they're working on something far bigger than anyone imagined. Instead of simply riding the wave of reality TV fame, Joan and Chock revealed they are co-authoring a book and launching a podcast, both centered on late-in-life love and reinvention. Joan, sipping her tea with that familiar calmness, explained, "We kept getting messages from people, widows, widowers, people who felt too old to start over, people who were scared to even think about dating again. We realized what we experienced wasn't just for TV. It was a calling. We want to show people that it's never too late to rewrite your story." Chock, never missing the chance to bring humor into the room, added, "Plus, I needed an excuse to talk this much. Joan usually tells me to keep quiet, now she's letting me record it. Why it matters before the new season." The timing of this announcement feels poetic. As the new season of The Golden Bachelor looms, fans are buzzing with excitement. Who will step into the mansion this time, what love stories will unfold, and what heartbreaks will leave us reaching for tissues? But Joan and Chock's update adds a layer of depth to the anticipation. It reminds viewers that the show isn't just about roses, dates, and dramatic goodbyes. It's about what happens after the cameras turn off. Their update grounds the fantasy in reality. Love doesn't end with a final rose ceremony. It evolves, it deepens, it faces real-world tests. Inside the book and podcast. The book, tentatively titled Love, Laughter, and the Golden Years, will blend memoir with advice. Joan will write about her journey through grief, rediscovery, and the courage to open her heart again. Chock will contribute chapters filled with humor, practical wisdom, and the perspective of a man who has lived long enough to know that love is less about fireworks and more about steady warmth. Their podcast, The Golden Hour with Joan and Chock, promises to be both playful and profound. Early teasers suggest episodes will range from discussions about dating apps for seniors with plenty of jokes from Chock to conversations about blending families, intimacy at an older age, and even topics like financial planning in late-life partnerships. Special guests will include fellow cast members from the Golden franchise, which means fans can look forward to behind-the-scenes stories that never made it on air. Fans react. The internet is ablaze with reactions. Some fans are thrilled, finally. Real representation for love after 50. Joan and Chock are doing God's work. I didn't know how much I needed this until now. I'm in my 60s, and they're giving me hope. Others, predictably, have mixed feelings, wondering if this is just another way to capitalize on fame. But Joan addressed that criticism head-on. We don't need fame. We need purpose. This is about creating conversations that should have started long ago. A blueprint for the new cast. What makes Joan and Chock's update even more compelling is how it sets a tone for the incoming cast of The Golden Bachelor. Future contestants aren't just stepping into a reality TV experience, they're stepping into a movement that Joan and Chock have helped expand. Their update quietly shifts the narrative. This isn't just about who finds love on TV. It's about how love discovered on TV can impact lives beyond the screen. It's about how vulnerability in your 60s, 70s, or beyond can inspire someone who thought their story was over. Beyond the roses and cameras. The Golden franchise has always thrived on drama and spectacle, but Joan and Chock's announcement feels refreshingly authentic. It's not about scandal, breakups, or wild rumors. It's about building something sustainable. They're not promising perfection. In fact, Joan laughed during the live stream, admitting, "We bicker about the dishwasher almost daily." But their willingness to share the unpolished, human side of love is what makes this update so powerful. It's not about being flawless, it's about being real. The bigger picture. At its heart, this update underscores the true spirit of The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette. These shows were never just about entertainment, they were about rewriting cultural narratives. For too long, love stories past a certain age were either invisible or treated as afterthoughts. Joan and Chock are proving that those stories are not only valid but vital. Their book and podcast will extend the life of the franchise in ways no spin-off could. They're offering community, connection, and courage to people who've been told they're too old to dream of new beginnings. Looking ahead, as the lights dim on one season and rise on another, Joan and Chock's surprise update couldn't have come at a better moment. They've reminded fans that while reality TV may capture the beginning of a love story, it's up to the people in it to decide what comes next. Their choice to step boldly into purpose, to share their lessons with the world, and to prove again and again that love is timeless. So, as the new season of The Golden Bachelor begins, fans will not only tune in for the fresh romances but also carry with them the inspiration of two stars who refused to let their story end when the cameras stopped rolling. Joan and Chock didn't just give us an update. They gave us a vision of what's possible, and in doing so, they may have just become the true golden standard for love.